Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins. We're experts at AI coaching and helping professionals like you and your employees upskill in AI. Today, we are distilling the critical findings from the authoritative Stanford University 2026 AI Index report, published in April 2026. This is a really forward-looking analysis, and it gives us a clear, data-driven perspective on the state of artificial intelligence and, where it's headed. We're going to examine this whole complex landscape through four key lenses. First, the just sheer acceleration of AI's power. Second, the staggering physical cost of all that power. Third, what looks like a looming crisis in how we even measure these systems. And finally, a really deep divide in how we as a society perceive it all. Okay, first up, AI's incredible acceleration. Look, we're not just witnessing small incremental improvements here. We are experiencing a technological shift that is fundamentally reshaping our world at a speed we've just never seen before. And to put this into perspective, think about this. Generative AI reached mainstream adoption in just 3 years. That's a milestone that took older technologies, like the personal computer and the internet, far, far longer to achieve. The pace is simply different this time around. As the report highlights, the leading models now meet or even exceed human performance across a whole range of really complex professional tasks. But this unprecedented growth, it isn't just happening somewhere in the cloud. It's built on a massive, resource-hungry physical infrastructure that carries a very real-world cost. Right now, the United States has a commanding lead in this whole AI infrastructure race. We're talking over 10 times more data centers than its closest competitor, China. And the power required for these data centers? It's just staggering. By the end of 2025, global AI data center power consumption hit nearly 30 gigawatts. And to put that number in perspective for you, that is enough energy to power the entire state of New York at its peak demand. And beyond electricity, this resource cost includes immense amounts of water just for cooling, which really illustrates a significant and often hidden environmental footprint. Now, as AI's power grows, our ability to reliably measure and understand it is actually diminishing. And this is creating a developing crisis in how we evaluate it, and that introduces a pretty significant degree of risk. This really highlights a critical distinction. Our current benchmarks, well, they're effective at measuring what a model can do, its raw capability, but they largely fail to measure whether it should be trusted in high-stakes, real-world situations. In fact, the report finds our evaluation tools themselves are flawed. Up to 42% of questions on one of the most widely used benchmarks were found to be invalid. And to make this measurement crisis even worse, there's a growing lack of transparency. There's a standardized index that scores models on their openness, about training data and architecture, and it shows that key AI companies are revealing less and less. That index dropped sharply in just 1 year, making it so much harder to know what's really going on under the hood. So this brings us to the crucial point of societal impact, where we see this profound and widening gap between how AI is understood and how it's actually being implemented. Just consider the future of work. The report reveals a massive 50-point gap between AI experts and the general public on whether the technology's impact on jobs will be positive. Experts are overwhelmingly optimistic, while the public remains, deeply concerned. And this perception gap is happening while adoption is just skyrocketing, especially in education. We're talking a vast majority of U.S. college students, 4 out of 5, are already integrating AI into their academic lives. And yet, our institutions are so far behind. Only 6% of teachers report having clear AI policies at their institutions. This leaves a new generation to navigate this transformative technology largely on their own. What this data really reveals is a technology that's evolving far faster than our ability to govern it. And that, right there, presents the central challenge for professionals and for policymakers today. Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning of this video to buy us a coffee or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI. We recommend you subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. Please like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience.